What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am to Born Gorilla. And welcome everyone to WWE SmackDown Live Review, the show from October 16, 2018. This will be your SmackDown 1000 results. And, WWE, I gotta say, well done. Well done promoting a long weeks and months of build-up for SmackDown 1000. Well done. Oh yeah, that's right, you didn't. They didn't give a fuck about SmackDown. Oh, but if it was a Raw 1000, which they did, they'll be plugging it, promoting it, advertising it, Raw 1000. As I was be plugging it like Raw 1000 is going to be a great show. We're going to be promoting it. We're going to be advertising it. We're going to plug it like it's going to be an outstanding show once we get to it, and they'll promote for months and weeks till we get to Raw 1000, and they did. And once we get to the show, it's going to be an amazing show, which it was. And I wish they could have done the same thing with SmackDown 1000. Since everyone's making a big deal about SmackDown 1000, the least WWE could do is to promote SmackDown 1000 for months and weeks prior before we get to that point. That SmackDown 1000 is going to be an amazing show for a show that no one will ever forget. Kind of like with the whole advertising Raw 25. That's going to be an amazing show. It's going to be a fantastic show, a show that no one will ever forget. Well, we got to the point of that show when it comes to Raw 25, and it basically all this promoting that, and it ended up being one of the worst. Right now, 1000, 10 times, 25 times later than Raw 25 this year. Now, am I saying SmackDown 1000 was a great show? No. Am I saying it was a good show? No. I thought it was at best decent, especially how they advertised the show and how they booked the show. But for what pertains to SmackDown 1000, WWE SmackDown 1000 results against the show from October 16, 2018, they were at Washington D.C., the hometown of Byron Saxton and Corey Graves. And the show kicked off actually with a video package. The package of the past 99 Carmella. If I'm not mistaken, the show some of Jacqueline, Tori Wilson. I think it's Carmella, Daniel Bryan, Miz. Okay, to name a few. And again, I mentioned already when it comes to Stephanie McMahon, Vince McMahon. Yeah. So yeah, I thought the video pack overall was great. Except for those little tiny details that I pointed out. So for the ones I didn't like in that video package. And also when it comes to what also pertains to Arnold Schwarzenegger too. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. Again, just name Edge, Christian. And Punk though, no mention of CM Punk. I guess he was not important. Despite the fact that he turned heel on SmackDown, became the first guy to make the Undertaker tap out. Whatever. And then the whole Straight Society. Yeah, let's ignore that where it pertains to CM Punk too, by the way, but whatever. So yeah, let's get to the show itself. So the show opened up after that video package of R-Truth and Carmella doing this segment called Truth TV. And R-Truth welcomes everyone to SmackDown 1000. He said, during the years that Truth TV was on the air, and had lots of memorable moments, but nothing like this tonight. And then Carmella was like, well, they're, and then she basically cleared the air that there was only one episode of Truth TV and it got canceled, which is true. And then also R2 starts calling for a dance break. And they did a dance break about that lasted a couple of seconds. I heard about it before, I just didn't know how it looked, so I finally got a chance to see how it looked. And Carmelo's doing that dance that I'm not a fan of. I remember when I first saw that dance move, I'm not gonna do it here because I think it's a stupid dance move anyways. I see a couple of people do it before. A few co-workers of mine, a few family of mine, and it's just seeing people on TV, comes to Kalisto, and then seeing Carmella and seeing other people on TV too, or on the internet with that dance move. And I'm seeing myself, what the fuck is that? Boy, if Michael Jackson was still alive, he would been like, this dance move is so fucking stupid, because I guarantee you Michael Jackson will be vomiting after seeing that dance move. And I guarantee you Michael Jackson will not be doing that type of dance move either. But whatever. Besides that, um, R2 says he's got a guest tonight to introduce, which means they could do more of these dance breaks, and they did, and they did a second dance break. R2 welcomes his guest, and I'm assuming it's supposed to be someone else that's supposed to be the guest, but instead of R2's official guest to come out, we get Stephanie McMahon coming out to volunteer herself as being the guest. And as soon as she came out, I lost interest, folks. I was like, fuck Stephanie McMahon, fuck this segment. I didn't want to hear this segment. And for those who saw my live reactions, I know about that whole situation. And on top of that, me not liking Stephanie McMahon anymore. I've been her anymore. Not caring about her anymore, and don't give a fuck about her anymore. Not just what pertains to her character, but what pertains of the person, Stephanie McMahon. Fuck her. So I don't know. So she said something, I don't give a fuck, and she talks about basically, I'm just gonna read here. She talks about being the first ever general manager of SmackDown. Who gives a fuck? Gino, YouTube was down for a minute. Yeah, I know. I heard about it. Crazy. It was difficult to see, for me to do something here on YouTube as well. So yeah, I know that. Man, hopefully this will good now, because it kept cutting out during on this review. But yeah, like I said, I didn't care about what Stephanie had to say. And then R2 introduced his real guest, who needs no introduction, as they go for another dance break. Oh, sorry, I read that part right. Excuse me, my apologies. Okay, so R2 says something about, first question is, and then Shane McMahon comes out. Shane McMahon, his music hits. So yeah, Shane McMahon, the SmackDown commissioner, is officially back, which is good. And it's kind of expected of him to come back anyways. So it is what it is. And then Vince McMahon came out. Yeah, and I'm like, great. Well, Shane McMahon is one thing. I can tolerate I can tolerate Shane McMahon. I cannot tolerate Stephanie McMahon, and especially cannot tolerate Vincent Kennedy McMahon. When he came out, I heard the crowd, the crowds cheer for him. Whatever. I miss the days that fans shit on this Vincent McMahon back in the days. I think they did more dance breaks and all that. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, moving on from that. Fuck Vince McMahon. Fuck Stephanie McMahon. Fuck this segment. No disrespect to Carmella. I don't care. Is old. Yeah, he is old. He's old and out of touch. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. Tag team match. basically they're showing some tensions between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan because they're gonna be opponents for WWE Crown Jewel, and who knows it's in Saudi Arabia because WWE is all about that blood money after what happened over there. Um, but yeah, but this show I thought was pretty good. It started pretty good. I gotta look back and watch it though, because the live stream kept cutting back to that match. See, I know it's gonna be, I know it's a good match, but I'll go back and watch it though. You know, just because it involves these four wrestlers that I am fans of. But yeah, so we get a miscommunication by Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. AJ Styles took a pencil line. Also, we get a kick to Styles by Jey Uso. Uh, the pictures was Daniel Bryan and Styles tactic, and then the Usos went for those teams Daniel Bryan, and it was just to win. So yeah, there's more build up tension between Styles and Bryan till we get to Crown Jewel. So after that, we get to a segment with WWE SmackDown General Manager Paige, Buck Paige. She's backstage with past general managers, Teddy Long, and John Laurinaitis. And then Vicky Guerrero says, "Excuse me." Basically, John Laurinaitis, basically Teddy Long was doing his dance, and then John Laurinaitis comes into the steel spotlight to do this. He should have said, "People power, people power," you know, whatever. But yeah, that was that's WWE's cheap way to utilize their nostalgia acts to make cameo appearance, like they did in Raw 25, whatever. We come back from Christmas break, and we get like Randy Orton, Rick and Batista, Evolution. Why are they there? Even though it's supposed to be all about SmackDown, and Evolution was basically known to be on Raw. So why are Evolution there? Well, there's a reason why. Because we can't just have Batista come back by himself. Because his solo return to SmackDown. No. You gotta have Evolution, all four members of Evolution together to be part of the show. Because they want to do a reuniting of Evolution on the SmackDown show. Okay. But it was still good to see Batista. I mean, we always see how Ric Flair we always see we always see Ric Flair all the time anyways, and we see Randy Orton every time anyways because he's still an active roster of the WWE with being on SmackDown. And Triple H, we see him very often too, so it doesn't basically it doesn't surprise us when we see Triple H, Randy Orton, and Ric Flair on WWE television. It's rare that you get to see Batista. Batista hasn't been seen on WWE television for the last 4 years. So, and folks, when I heard about Evolution coming back, I knew I had a theory of what they were going to do with this, with Batista coming back with Evolution. I had a theory what they were going to do with this, and in a way, I was kind of right. I was kind of right. And there were other things that I was wrong about too. But at the same time, what pertains to Evolution, it doesn't make sense for Evolution to reunite after what Batista did 4 years ago, walking out of Evolution, walking out of WWE, and then Triple H talking to Batista as he's leaving. So it doesn't make any sense for Evolution to reunite with Batista reunite with them after what Batista did. But we're not supposed to remember that. We're not supposed to think about that because WWE wants us to forget about that. In other words, they want to insult our intelligence. So whatever. But as far as what they say, Triple H, he says, 1,000 episodes, and it's about mo- momentum, and it's about evolving. Talk about celebrating 1,000 episodes of SmackDown, and bringing back the group of Evolution. Triple H really didn't have much to say there. Rick starts doing his strut, doing his woo. He starts talking, and he didn't say much. He didn't really say much either. Randy Orton, he came out there and talked about having memories with Evolution, and a better way for young kids to get into the business. But with these three men, and Triple H, who's running shows, and Ric Flair, who's living, vicariously of his daughter's success, sort of, or I guess whatever. And then Batista, he talks about Batista, spending more time with makeup. Well, I guess he's kind of right there too. And Randy Orton says something about how he's busting his ass to cement his legacy. It would be funny if they were a reunited legacy on the show too, considering that the legacy was also a faction on Raw too. And then Batista starts talking. Batista says he's not going to lie. He's a little nervous. He says it's been a long time. It has. And he ignored Randy Orton's, what he said to him. He just enjoyed it. He says that his last place was that he wants to be with a microphone in his hand. He wanted to say, he came up with he came up for he came here for what pertains to 4 things. One of them that he wanted to be there for SmackDown 1000. What pertains to helping building the blue brand at the time when he was world champion back in 2005, and then basically Batista was a big part to Different SmackDown. And I know because I watched those SmackDown shows with Batista on it, when he worked guys like Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio Jr., Chris Benoit, Mr. Kennedy, JBL, Booker T, King Booker, whichever you want to say, Henry, Mark Henry, Eminem, when it comes to Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mercury, Melina, Edge, the Edge Hedge, with Carl Hawkinson, Zack Ryder, Chavo Guerrero, Vicky Guerrero, The Undertaker, Kane, you name it, Big Show, he's a big part of the second thing is that he's in his own town, which it was advertised to be SmackDown 1000 being in his home. He's growing up being a poor kid. You're working as a bouncer 2 blocks away from the arena that he's in. And the third reason is for all the fans. No matter if they call him Boo Tista or Blue Tista or Blue, that love him or hate him, he does it to entertain the fans. And it doesn't matter if you win or lose. He wants to entertain, and which is that's the important thing at the end of the day. And the 4th reason is because of Randy Orton, Ric Flair, and Triple H. It's about walking down, walking with the 4 guys, in as Evolution. Saying that this is a special group, pertains to 4 guys being world champions, and they build a force and an army. Talking about Randy Orton being a 13-time world champion, and so about how he, first time he saw him in OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling. said that he knew he was special, and then Batista points at Ric Flair and laughs, and then calls him the 16-time world champion, which, by the way, he's not really a 16-time world champion. That's what WWE wants you to believe. He's really a 21 world champion. But he says that Ric Flair, there's no he can say about Ric Flair, because it's a family a family show. So and then he told Ric Flair to keep that thing in his pants. And then finally Triple H. He talked about Triple H, the game, 14-time world champion, saying that he's done it all. Basically, point out Triple H's accomplishments, that he's done it all in WWE except beat Batista. And when he said that, folks, I'm like, oh fuck, I knew it. I fucking knew it. That's why Evolution was there on SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live 1000. That's why they were there. Because the rumors is that Batista wants to have a retirement match, and he wants one guy for that retirement match to come to an end, for Batista's wrestling career being over. Batista won his retirement match against Triple H at WrestleMania. So yeah, Batista versus Triple H is that's what Batista is interested. That's what he's interested for WrestleMania. Batista he ain't gonna be around in the wrestling business. He can't wrestle though like he used to anymore. And Batista, we could find out also with Batista if he can still go. Kind of like a Triple H too, but yeah, I knew this. I had theory folks on where Batista why Evolution was going to be on SmackDown 1000, and this is the theory here. It was going to be playing seeds for Triple H having another WrestleMania match. Of course, by Batista's demand, his request. And finally, it's down that Batista calling out Triple H saying that he's never beaten him, which is true. And then Triple H had his demeanor look changed. And then Batista had his demeanor look basically intense face each they were about to go at it. Ric Flair was getting between those two, and then they hug it out and all that, whatever. Evolution started hugging out and all that, and then Evolution ended the segment, and that was it. So yeah, folks, Caesar planned it. Batista versus Triple H, WrestleMania 35. That's gonna be Batista's final match, his last match before he retires from professional wrestling. And all I gotta say is, Batista better not put this triple ego, this overrated Triple H, King of Kings, the Game, the Cerebral Assassin, DX founder and Evolution founder, and COO, success of NXT, and making amends with other people, that, and help to come back to WWE. Batista better not put over Triple H. If this is going to be Batista's, if this is going to be a retirement match, then let it be a retirement match between both of these two wrestlers, Batista and Triple H, of ending their wrestling careers once and for all, with Batista going over. I don't want to see Triple H beating Batista. I didn't want to see Triple H beat Batista back then in 2005, and which he didn't, which is good. I do not want to see Batista losing to this egomaniac in Triple H. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But folks, that's the match going to be taking place, and we'll see what they do with that. But other than that, let's get to what happened next. The Miz versus Rusev to qualify for the World Cup. Match was a great match. It was a match because Aiden English comes out. He distracts Rusev, and Miz went for a roll up and pinned Rusev for the roll up. Miz is in the tournament. And then after the match, gives English a low blow. Russo starts beating him up. And then while the beating was going on, all of a sudden WWE comes backstage where we see Kurt Hawkins and Edge. I'm like really? You could away from a beatdown by Russo to English to Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins became an Edge back in was that year? Yeah, 2007 is when they sort of when Edge had his own Edge in Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. So where was Zack Ryder? If this really is a Edgehead reunion, where was Zack Ryder? And on top of that, it was a microwave booking here of these segments and matches. Why even do that? So Toma Wrestling for hour number 1, 2 matches. Hour number 2. Hour number 2 features Edge hosting the Cutting Edge as he has his 2 guests. One of them he called out first, Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Women's Champion. Before he starts, and he says he says he says that he knew a great man who lived huge, and doesn't matter. It doesn't get more hugs than SmackDown 1000. Excuse me. He says that SmackDown always selects his show, which is true. And he had some great accomplishments on SmackDown. He mentioned a few, like for example, his match against, his Money in the Bank cash-in on Undertaker, which I hated at the time. I hated Edge at the time, during that time too, when he did that. It was still good to me then. Yeah, it was still good to me then. And that no disqualification match that he had with Eddie Guerrero, and of course was trying to check for Eddie. And also, when that was the same match that Edge had with Eddie Guerrero. Was the match that Edge had a neck problem. Yeah, and that led to Edge a career shortened. And he was on borrowed time during that time. And he talks about marrying Vicky Guerrero and divorcing Vicky Guerrero. And finally, brings up Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Women's Champion. And then that's when Edge says, now before I bring out Charlotte Flair, he wants to talk to Becky Lynch about that he couldn't help but to notice that there are similarities between Edge and Becky. And Becky says that he is one of the people that she modeled after, and clearly what he sees, what he sees in her. So Edge says, more than anyone else, he understands what is she doing and going through, because he wasn't supposed to be the main eventer. He wasn't supposed to be the poster guy, whatever. And then he got the crowd chanting, "You deserve it." The Edge, which he does deserve that more than John Cena. I tell Becky Lynch that you're making the right choice by throwing her principal away. But basically we're bringing a sharp player, and from there I knew where he was going with it. And he says, but he's here to tell her that she didn't make the right choice. WWE is so hell bent for fans to boo Becky Lynch, for her to see her as a heel, and they choose to ignore the fans. That the fans don't want to boo her. The fans do not want to boo against her. The fans don't get behind her. The fans want to cheer her. She is a true underdog where it pertains to the women's division in WWE. It's bullshit that they're doing this to Becky Lynch. And WWE really wants you to cheer for Charlotte Flair. We don't want to cheer for Charlotte Flair. Not everyone wants to cheer for Charlotte Flair. So yeah, folks, as I'm watching this segment, Edge, Edge is trying to lecture Becky Lynch, saying all this because Becky Lynch is being portrayed as a heel. So this is what Becky Lynch said. She says he's right. Before she said that, Edge said something about Becky Lynch saying that do you like yourself being on the way you got the position that you're in, and she says you're right. I don't like herself. What pertains to what she's become. She says she loved it, and the cross cheer. They're so helpless get to boo her because of that. Because because the WWE story is that Becky Lynch is a heel. But WWE doesn't realize the fans don't give a fuck about what the story is about against Becky Lynch. At the end of the day, fans want to cheer Becky Lynch. You know, no matter how many times WWE on TV, oh you should boo her because she's a heel. Fuck you. How about that? We're not gonna cave into to your storyline because you want Becky Lynch to be the one to be booed and you want Charlotte Flair to be the one to get cheered because we all women. So also on Becky Lynch toes, it might be even worse now in this one. Also on Becky Lynch toes Edge to get out for a ring. And be careful the ropes because you want your neck to get hurt, right? Like again, WWE. This is what I'm talking about with WWE. They're again. They want sales on TV and our audience at the arena that you shouldn't be cheering for her because now she's crapping on Edge. The same Edge that we're all been fans of after he retired because he had to retire. And WWE, yeah, they're doing this again for Becky Lynch. Now you have no choice but to boo her. Fuck you. How about that? The fans ain't gonna boo Becky Lynch because of that now. They really want to boo Becky Lynch. And what do I have her do next? Attack Edge? Well, luckily they didn't do that. And they didn't even try to tease him either. But could you imagine they would try to tease Becky Lynch going after Edge because Edge is not medically clear by WWE doctors? This is the most bullshit way to try to get cheap heat for Becky Lynch to be a heel. How about this, WWE? Stop trying for a Becky Lynch heel and just turn back to being a baby and just have Charlotte Flair be a heel. But no, WWE doesn't want to do that. Same thing they want. It's the same thing they've been doing with Cena and Roman Reigns. They don't want to they want to stay as baby faces. But sure enough, Charlotte comes out, and she comes up to them all. She says, Becky will love. Okay, here it is. My apologies. I skipped it. She says Becky, she had to go there, go against overcast the Edge and all that. She doesn't matter what Edge has to say because Becky Lynch, all she cares about is the title. And says, yeah, and she ran at Super Showdown. Once again, the East was trying to tell us the narrative that Becky Lynch, because what she did at Super Showdown, try to weasel her way out of the match because she didn't want to lose her belt. That, that's what a heel does now in WWE. I can't remember what else you said. Like, I remember I was making, I remember making fun of Flair Flair's promo. Doing the live reaction. I can't remember how was the Oh yeah. About what happened last week when she spear, when she Flair Flair spear making into the LED stage. You know that, right? She was like, I ran her through the LED board. Basically, kind of promo like she's a fucking robot. And she gets in the ring, and then says that Becky Lynch will love what she does to Charlotte Flair, and then Charlotte Flair basically attacks Becky Lynch, and then they start fighting. They get referees coming out to break it up, and then all of a sudden while they're being pulled apart about two to three times, Rey Mysterio Jr. backstage. Yeah, basically they go away from it and went backstage. Rey Mysterio Jr. is sitting backstage with Jeff Hardy, and there you go. Whatever. WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Yes, the New Day, which it features Big E and Xavier Woods with Kofi Kingston at ringside against The Bar, Cesaro, and Sheamus. Gino, was Nakamura and Mysterio the main event? I didn't watch the show. Yes, it was. I'll get to that momentarily. But at ringside, you had Jersey King Lawler and Booker T on commentary next to Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxton. They got their own commentary table with pancakes and Blue Dio cereal. The match happens. Match itself I thought was pretty decent. It ends up being pretty good. And I was saying to myself, well, I want the Bar to win. I want the Bar to become the second champion. But no time I didn't believe they were going to, because WWE is they're going to do something to have the New Day beat the Bar, because the Bar are being buried for some fucking reason. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that, folks. All right, back to this. If do something here, in just my scene here. All right, as I was saying, so they're having, they're having a back and forth tag team match here, and I was enjoying this. I was enjoying the match, despite the fact of the New Day, and despite the fact that Kofi Kingston, because of his T-shirt design, and like, but basically Kofi Kingston got involved with the match because Sheamus tried to cheat by having using the ropes for leverage to get the win. But Kofi Kingston ends up getting involved, and as a result, ran Kofi Kingston to the ring post. All of a sudden, the bar was clearing up the table full of pancakes and bouillon cereal, where Booker T and Jerry Lawler was on. All of a sudden, the Big Show comes out. I'm saying myself, what the fuck is this? Why is he coming out? So Big Show comes out. One moment. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, so Big Show comes out. I'm like, this is weird. Like, what's he coming out for? Like, what business does he have, getting involved in this match? And that's another thing. Why is Big Show even on SmackDown? He wasn't drafted to SmackDown. He wasn't even traded. He wasn't traded to go to SmackDown, unless WWE secretly did that. yeah, unless WWE secretly traded Tamina Snuka to go to Raw and the Big Show from Raw to go to SmackDown. I think that's what they did. They must have secretly did that and we didn't know about it. Yeah, so Tamina Snuka from SmackDown going to Raw for exchange for the Big Show from Raw going to SmackDown. It made no fucking sense with the Big Show being there anyways, and it made no sense, after I find out that Tamina Snuka came back for her to show up on Raw. But whatever. But yeah, but the Big Show comes out. And I see myself, what's going on here? And he goes to help Kofi Kingston, only to chokeslam him through the broadcast table. And I'm like, so it's a heel turn. Yeah, Big Show in 2018, another nostalgia act. He's turning he's turning heel in 2018. Now, normally I'll be upset with Big Show turning heel and face because that's what WWE always do with Big Show. Same thing they did with Kane. Same thing they did with Mark Henry. Same thing they did with Christian. Same thing they kind of did with Sheamus, Alicia Fox, and I think they're doing it with Nia Jax to a certain degree. The Bella Twins. Yeah, they did it. They didn't do it that often, but they did with the Bella Twins. What the fuck's going on? So Big Show's turning heel on the New Day. So Big E was in shock, and then also Sheamus comes out of nowhere with a bro kick to Big E, and gets the win. So yeah, your winners, new tag team champions, The Bar, and I'm like, holy shit, I loved it. Basically after what Big Show did, I'm like, well, that's it. That means they got to win the belts here. They have to win the belts here. New Day are outnumbered. Xavier Woods was taken out from the barricade. Kofi Kingston was taken out by Big Show to the broadcast table. Big E was the only guy left, and Sheamus comes out of nowhere with a bro kick, and there you go. Your winners, new tag team champions of SmackDown, The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. And Big Show was there celebrating with them, holding up the belts. The Bar was doing this for Big Show, and due to The Bar, I'm like, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. Big Show's heel turn is annoying, but I'll take it. Because The Bar beat the New Day. Got the belts off of them. So yeah. I loved it. I love that part. Nothing to complain about that, so. Alright, main event time. Main event between Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Shinsuke. Winner gets the final spot. The one final spot for WWE World Cup qualifying match. To be in the World Cup tournament at WWE Crown Jewel. So, as far as the match was between Rey Mysterio Jr. and Shinsuke Nakamura, good match. I mean, there was nothing great about the match. I mean, should have been more hype and more build-up for these two having a match. Yes, it would have. It would have been that would have been the right thing to do. But WWE, they wasn't thinking of it. And on top of that too, they were against Rey Mysterio Jr. Because he was always in wrestling everywhere in the indie circuit, and then don't know if when he's gonna have the time and schedule to come back fully, and sure enough, we get close to it. Mysterio finally sign a contract, and Method 1000 ends up being one to show that he makes his return, and there you go. Now as far as the match goes, Nakamura with some kicks and knees to take it on Mysterio. Nakamura with a snapmare and goes for a knee drop for a 2 count. Nakamura knees Mysterio to the ribs, but Mysterio starts punching back. Nakamura knees him and slides the front face lock, which I was calling the front headlock by the way, which is, I keep making that mistake. Mysterio eventually fights and hits his scissors takedown, which it wasn't that perfect, but whatever. Mysterio punches Nakamura, and but then Nakamura's knees, rips, Mysterio's in the ribs, takes him down. Nakamura charges at Mysterio, but Mysterio knocks him into the middle rope. Mysterio travels with 619, but Nakamura moves out of the way. But Mysterio still ends up doing the 619 move anyways, even though Nakamura moves out of the way. But then Mysterio goes for a drop kick through the middle rope, and then basically picking out Nakamura. And then he goes to do he runs to the ropes, and he got under the ropes to do a splash onto Nakamura in that nice spot there, by the way. And Mysterio, you could tell he was hurting he was hurting a little bit, but he was Mysterio looks great, by the way. He looks fantastic. How he looks like that, it's fucking beyond me. Again, he must have went into a time warp, and he came out, still having his new tattoos and everything, but he came out like he's like he looks like the way he looks back in the 90s. It is unbelievable. But anyways, so the match, back to the match though. So basically, we get more Nakamura and Mysterio back and forth and all that. Nakamura charges at Mysterio, but Mysterio knocks him into the middle rope. Mysterio goes for the 619. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, I read that part. My apologies. Sorry. Alright, here we go. Mysterio goes to the top rope. Nakamura, gets him into the trio wall. Nakamura kicks away, and as Charles Robinson's backing him up. And then commercial break. Commercial fucking break during this match. And like I was getting into the match already, and already there was a commercial break. They didn't even do a picture-in-picture. It was fucking annoying me. But anyways, back to the match though. So you come back from commercial break. Mysterio does a flying Caesar senton off the top rope. Mysterio goes to the top rope, but Nakamura kicks him. Nakamura goes to the second rope. Mysterio gets on the shoulder. He elbows him. And I'm sorry, excuse me. Nakamura on the second rope, and he got Mysterio on his shoulders, but then Mysterio elbows him out of it. Then Mysterio goes for his super Frankensteiner for a near fall. And the way he did it is changed the way he did back in WCW. So like all the cruiserweights did in WCW, and still to this day, when it comes to other cruiserweights, future cruiserweights wrestlers. Excuse me. Mysterio goes to the apron. He goes for a springboard cross body, but Nakamura counters into a gutbuster. Nakamura lays him across the top turnbuckle. He goes for his the knees to the ribs. Nakamura goes for the inside out back suplex, which is the inverted exploder. He goes for the Kinshasa, aka the Boomerang. But Mysterio rolls him up. Nakamura kicks him and tries to do another one. Misses Nakamura's finish move, knee to face. To Serrano, sending Nakamura into the middle rope. Mysterio then finally hits the 619, follows up with the springboard frog splash, and gets us the 3 count in the win. So your winner to advance to the final spot of the WWE World Cup tournament, Rey Mysterio Jr. And the match itself was a damn good match, a damn good main event match. Now could have been better? Yes, it could have been better. Could have been better. Hopefully they'll get another match. Hopefully they'll do a rivalry and a feud. But is that gonna make me tune in to watch SmackDown? Fuck no. Fuck no. In fact, this is the only time I've heard so far on SmackDown that Shinsuke Nakamura returned on SmackDown television. And they expect me as a Shinsuke Nakamura fan to tune into SmackDown, where we Shinsuke Nakamura might be on the show because he's the United States champion. But yeah, but not yourself, folks. I didn't care who won. Basically coming into this match, after they announced last week, I didn't. At the time, I did care. I did care for Nakamura to win, to be in this match. To be in the WWE World Cup at WWE Crown Jewel. But what pertains to what happened at what pertains to what happened with Saudi Arabia, will that whole incident with WWE, still doing the show. I was coming into this show, and get ready to watch this match, where I don't care who wins between Rey Mysterio Jr. against Shinsuke Nakamura. I didn't care who won all those two. As long as they give me a good match, I'm good. And they did. They gave me a damn good match, and I couldn't be more happier to see that. But then after the match was over, Mysterio is above on his feet, celebrating, and then Nakamura, getting back up, but he's on his feet though. He's suffering defeat. I see he's busted open here, from here, from his nose, from the middle of his nose. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it got cut, maybe. Nakamura was bleeding. It wasn't that bad though. But then all of a sudden, they were advertising the Undertaker's going to make his appearance on SmackDown, and sure enough, the gong hits, and Undertaker comes out. He does this elaborate entrance, a nostalgia act. The legendary Undertaker comes out. He gets in the ring, which took him about a half an hour to get there. just kidding. But yeah, I guess it was 5 minutes. He got in the ring, or 6 minutes. So he gets in the ring, and Undertaker says, "Oh, that's nothing too. You also need to, folks, you need to get this. When Undertaker said at Crown Jewel, you could hear the crowds were booing the name of Crown Jewel. They booed the name Crown Jewel because based on where Crown Jewel is going to be taking place at Saudi Arabia, the same Saudi Arabia that has murderers for murdering the Washington Post journalist Jamal, however you say his last name. I'll do a separate video about that one, folks, but I need to do a video about that too. So you can understand where I'm coming from with this, what pertains to what happened at Saudi Arabia, and what pertains about WWE hosting the Crown Jewel event at Saudi Arabia, and when the match is taking place and all that. I'll do a separate video for that one, but still. But Undertaker, when he said that name, the Crown Jewel, at first I didn't want to pick up on it at first when I did the live reaction, but I heard the boos though. But yeah, the crowd booed that name. And the Undertaker says, he said at Crown Jewel, and Undertaker says he got 3 words for DX: rest in peace. And then music plays, and then he walks out of the ring, and then he does his pose on the stage, and that was it. So you're telling me you wasted your Undertaker's appearance to be on a SmackDown show? He does his legendary elaborate entrance for SmackDown 1000, just to get into the ring and to promote the match at WWE Crown Jewel by telling DX to rest in peace. Even though they just did this with with Undertaker and Kane last night on Raw at a backstage segment. Why couldn't they do that with Undertaker for SmackDown? Oh no, of course we had to do his elaborate entrance for SmackDown 1000. To me, that was a waste of time. That's how you waste your Undertaker's And on top of that, if the crowd booed Undertaker when you mention the name Saudi Arabia. I mean Crown Jewel, excuse me. And on top of that, WWE, that should tell you, cancel the fucking show. Gino, Undertaker could have talked his moments on SmackDown. Exactly. That's what it should have been. If that was the case, that's what Undertaker should have come out there to do. It's about SmackDown 1000. Why they haven't come out there to plug WWE Crown Jewel, a glorified house show that no one even gives a fuck about, and people don't give a fuck about it now because of based on what's going on at Saudi Arabia. WWE is associated with fucking murderers. But again, I'll do more about that in a separate video. I really want to go in depth with that, but yeah, Gino, you're right. You're right, Gino. Why have Undertaker come out there talk about Crown Jewel when he could just talk about his moments on SmackDown? They could have done that. They could have done that, but they didn't do it. You mean to tell me you're gonna have Undertaker come out there and to plug Crown Jewel? And what do you expect the fans to react? That name, Crown Jewel. You know, what the fuck's wrong with this company? Or whatever. Okay, but that was SmackDown though. Total amount of wrestling for hour number two matches. Total amount of wrestling overall for SmackDown 1000, 4 matches. Which is kind of I was actually expecting 3 matches, but because I thought WWE could do a better job for SmackDown 1000 when it comes to nostalgia acts and how they're gonna present the show too. But whatever. But the way that WWE did it they did a poor job, by the way. I'm not saying the show was bad. I thought the show was decent. This show was at best decent. And again, like I said from the beginning, this show, SmackDown 1000, was better than Raw 25. Just saying. It wasn't. I'll say this. It wasn't. SmackDown 1000. It wasn't boring to me. SmackDown 1000 was a science show to me. Unlike Raw 25, where I thought Raw 25 was a boring show, and on top of that, it was fucking trash. This show, I didn't feel like it was trash. They build more, towards Crown Jewel than our Evolution. I know that's another thing. The Evolution is for WWE. Plug that one, promote that one. Don't fuck WWE Crown Jewel. That's what I say about that. Fuck WWE Crown Jewel. But I'll talk more about that one. I'll get to more depth about that one when I do a separate video about that one to let you know where I'm coming from with this. But there you go. For my overall rating for the show, it could have been better. So for now, I'm gonna give it. So basically, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it 10. I'm on my Bret Hart shit. It was like 4 out of 10. But yeah, and again, folks, did WWE did their jobs to invest me to invest my time to watch SmackDown again? Fuck no. After you have Shinsuke Nakamura not win the WWE Championship numerous of times, after you have Shinsuke Nakamura not be on TV on SmackDown, and after the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't even wrestled on a pay-per-view, and on top of that, he's not even gonna be at Crown Jewel. So why the fuck do I continue to watch SmackDown? Oh, Mysterio Jr. is here now. Oh, and Becky Lynch is a champion, and Randy Orton is a heel, and AJ Styles is still WWE champion, and Daniel Bryan is still wrestling, and what else is there? Oh, the Bar, the tag champion, big fucking deal. What matters to me is Shinsuke Nakamura. He's the one wrestler right now who matters to me. And the fact that WWE decided to and on top of that, look how they treated Oscar. Look at Oscar. She was not even on the show. Where the fuck was Oscar? Oh, but WWE doesn't want to use her right now because she's not speaking proper English, and that's why we had to hold. That's why we had to hold her back. That's why we had to bury her and take away everything away from Asuka on the video streak, her losing every time, her not getting on these title. And on top of that, she's with teaming with Naomi, the female, the female Rush Hour uh, tag team, and Asuka's dancing. She's too busy dancing instead of worrying about being a badass and a dominant wrestler. So yeah, thanks but no thanks. I'll pass on SmackDown. Put the belt on Nakamura and put the belt on Asuka. Then we'll talk about me watching your products again. Other than that, fuck Raw and fuck SmackDown and fuck Crown Jewel. 4 out of 10. I'm on my Bret Hart shit. So that being said, thank you for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., natural born good. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, please do so if you haven't yet. If you enjoyed this review, thumbs up or thumbs down. The choice is yours and yours alone. Gino, you said what's better, Raw 25 or SmackDown 1000? I already said it. SmackDown 1000 is better. I thought SmackDown 1000 was better. Raw 25 was to me was garbage. So there you go. And that being said, thank you for watching. And what pertains to God for Glory, and what pertains to my separate video, what pertains to me about where I'm at with WWE's Crown Jewel event, I'll let you know about that. But in the meantime, y'all have a good night. Y'all take care. Peace on the street. Hope you all soon. But for now,